All right. So I'm going to walk through how I generally start writing music. I really enjoy starting more with percussion parts first. And then after that, I typically do harmony and then melody. Sometimes I'll flip it around and do harmony first and then percussion. Melody's kind of typically my last thing to add, just because it fits the general vibe of the song too. Recently, I've been kind of incorporating more Latin percussion as well as some African percussion into my style of music as well, because I just find it to be more relaxing and fun to listen to with more happening as well. And then what I kind of did here is I added in my hand sonic to trigger a kick drum on this push 3 here, just so it's easier for me to play more drum-like parts as opposed to hitting it with my finger here. I've noticed that when I'm playing more parts that are more on the instrument, like how I play drum set all the time too, it makes it easier for me to like come up with a line where I have the snare here, right? And then I can have the snare here as well if I want, and then I could have the hi-hat here. So going like this, I could have like, it's almost like a little bit of a drum set, but it's set up more in a way that's conducive to producing and writing music. So going like this, I go. Okay, so really simple stuff in a way. I did have to map the hand sonic a little bit to where it would work with the push. This device came out relatively a long time ago, but I still love the way that it plays. It plays more like an actual instrument, as opposed to sometimes controllers don't necessarily have that same kind of feel. This and the push have really, they feel like instruments. They don't feel like typing on a keyboard, is a good way to put it. So recently I've been writing a little bit something over the course of a couple of months to kind of challenge myself to write in a different looping way. So basically what I've been doing is creating live sets, finishing the live sets all the way through before I move on to a new idea. And then I'll come back and revisit it, but like I want to have most of the ideas fleshed out. So this is actually a new song called, it's funny because it's called Dusty Approach on 16th Street. It's kind of writing about like the vibe of 16th Street Mall, you know, they changed the name of it. And I think it would be kind of fun to premiere this song when I do some like kind of busking around Denver this summer, just for fun. I'm trying to challenge myself to get out there and play more live music as opposed to teaching a bunch, and just because I've been doing that for such a long time that it's kind of, I need to start varying it up a little bit. But besides the point, here is some of my approach when I'm playing this kind of stuff. So like even here, I'm going to record the idea like this. Turns out pretty good. I don't think it really needs to get quantized because I feel